Unfortunately, for roster reasons, they moved him to 125, and he kind of just took off and went crazy. And I remember
As a true freshman.
Yeah, I remember his first match against Hofstra. He won in tech fall fashion, and Cale Sanderson gave a big fat smile.
That's about as rare, you know. It's a blue moon when Cale smiles.
Might be even rarer than a blue moon.
Now here on that collar tie, shoots in stuff. Nice sprawl, but Davis to get behind. Mat return, gets him down. There's a three.
You can already see the speed of Davis still a factor, even up a weight class.
And there's the escape. Now 3-1. 2 minutes 40 to go here. Riding time advantage for Davis shortly into this match. Drexel corner going for some feints. Now posting up on that right collar tie for Davis. Yeah, I got to tell you, with the 133 and moving up a weight class and see how much that stamina affects the Big Ten champion in Davis entering his sophomore year.
Does not look like it's affecting him whatsoever.
And on the high C, now drops to a low single. Davis looks sharp here.
Does look sharp. Great effort by Waterman, not giving up. Still not calling for him.
Waterman with a low single now. What a wild scramble we got. Oh, is that injury time? Like a funky scramble in the right outside of the circle. And now we get injury time.
It's an unfortunate sight, but heads up wrestling by Waterman, not giving up. That's exactly what you have to do in a disadvantageous position like he was in on the corner of the mat. Hopefully Davis is okay.
Davis in some visible discomfort. And as mentioned, moving up in the weight class, I genuinely wonder at 33, you know, big shoes to fill, non-biasly. RBY was here a bit. Bo in 33. They've had some studs in this weight class, and let's see what the true sophomore can do if he can shake off this injury. As mentioned, 125. Sorry there, Antonio. 125 was a forfeit, if anyone missed it. That's why Penn State is up 6.
It's looking like Davis looks a little bothered by the leg. He's talking on a little bit of a hop here.
Yeah, you saw in the attempt on that low single, it was just like a scramble in, looking to get the top position, and doesn't get it. No point scored either on that.
This is just pure toughness from the sophomore. Gonna take top position. Still looks like he's limbering a little bit on that leg, but we'll see how it affects him through the duration of the match.
Tough as nails is the youngin. Stands up, looking for that mat return. Almost a tabletop there. Fighting the hands here. No return. Drexel corner looking for a stall. And there's the escape. Back neutral. Now hand fighting in the middle of the mat. Little headgear fix for Davis. Nice sweep. Trying to get through. Now on the high C, driving in.
He's deep on
now
this.
to a double and finishes it. There it is. Davis, second takedown of the match, making it 6-2.
Definitely using his speed and his aggression to just keep moving with the 3-point takedown. If you can find...
Looking for a tilt. Almost put him on top of himself. Great hips and great awareness from Davis. Nice little hip toss right there. How about that?
That's fantastic positioning, keeping his base square and just...
Waterman's a scrapper, man. He was head high and he got caught in a bad position, and to be able to recover and give up no points and still be on the back is phenomenal. Good awareness by Davis.
Exactly.
And now he got caught being too high again, and the reversal goes to Waterman.
That leg definitely bothering Davis, but gritty, tough wrestling from Waterman. You got to stay within striking distance with this 3-point takedown, and that's clearly the strategy employed by Drexel.
Davis up 2, 30 seconds to go. And now out of bounds. You got the Drexel Dragons going to keep him down, but that would be a stall, or can he get some points with it? Davis takes bottom.
It's interesting to see how the leg's going to feel on the bottom position.
See if we get a tight waist far ankle here. Was Waterman go? Almost with the claw, breaks him down.
Waterman went 7-6 last season, the 2023 season. He redshirted, and he took second place in the Messiah Open.
Look at the hips from Davis. What a scramble. Short time here. See if we can get a score. Doesn't look like he's going to get it. And that'll do it for the first period. 6-4.
Surviving that first period was key for Davis. He's definitely going to check in and make sure that he's good to go, but valuing this break between periods is Davis as he takes top position.
That's right, the Belleville, Michigan alum and sophomore and Big Ten champion in Braeden Davis fighting through adversity with an early injury now to start off this second period. And as mentioned in NCAA wrestling, this first period is 3 minutes and the next are 2 and 2. Now hand fighting in the middle. Waterman working on that collar tie, 6-5 after his escape.
It's going to be interesting to see if Davis is more conservative in the neutral position because of Waterman's toughness and just able to kind of survive through the chaos, it seems.
And the speed and the scrambles of this match have been flawless. And now back middle.
Seems like Braeden is being more cautious with his shots.
Waterman stalking in, working on that left collar tie. Still some hand fighting here. Level change, nothing. Take center. Some heavy hands for 33-pounders, huh?
Mm-hmm. Both wrestlers really being cautious. You see Waterman's trying to find a way in. He hasn't really found a way into Davis. He's more sort of wrestled through the fire to score his points.
Yeah, I think that's a very good way to put it. And I think the reversal and being able to put yourself in that awkward position and scramble and end up on top is actually impressive for Waterman. Mm-hmm. And now 30 seconds to go here in the second. Waterman the more active wrestler this period.
Definitely. Drexel under coach Matt Azevedo actually had their first ranked appearances as a team for 2 times in 2018 and 2017, the regular seasons. They were in the top 25 in 4 separate polls. So Drexel, well-coached team.
You know, it's with PA wrestling, short time here as well. Shot, nothing. Looks like the score's going to hold for the second. And back to the topic of wrestling in PA. And we all know that plenty of in-state kids from PA are good, but with that being said, you know, Drexel, Lehigh, Lockhaven, and all these schools that don't put the same aptitude as Penn State, but to be able to compete just shows the depth and the skill and the fortitude of wrestling in Pennsylvania.
100%, and it's perfect guys to get the ring rust off of, because it may not be the Big Ten, which everybody says the Big Ten's the cream of the crop of wrestling, but you're still getting guys who have really, really good experience and are coached under really good coaches.
And there is the escape for Davis, giving him the 2-point lead. And you can see the riding time fluctuating, where he originally had a 48-second lead, and now it's down to 9 seconds because of the scrambles, the reversals, the back, and shot, nothing. Look at the shot, reshot, nearly out of bounds, and there it is. There's the out of bounds, back middle we go. 1:30 to go in this bout. It's getting intense here in Rec Hall. Davis up 2.
Waterman still hasn't fully established an attack, which is something he's going to have to figure out, but he has 1:20 left in the third to figure that exactly out.
Crowd getting into it here. Davis now working on that collar tie again. Circling, still circling. You know what's impressed me is Braeden Davis's footwork so far and being able to, and now there comes the stalling. Yep. Even with no attacking and be able to avoid all these shots from Waterman, who's really pushing the pace.
Yeah, and especially his leg is most likely not 100%. I think he'd be way more aggressive if it was.
Yeah, you can see that experience from being in a Big Ten championship and wrestling all the way back in the Natties as well. Help for the true freshman and now sophomore. Under a minute to go. Heavy on that head, looking for a snap. Looking for a front headlock, snap and circle. Ref calls it. Got some blood on the forehead of Waterman. And that is the stoppage here with 46 seconds to go, 7-5. What has surprised you so far this match, other than the Davis, honestly, aptitude and slowness?
I wouldn't call it aptitude, yeah.
Injuries.
Slowness, yeah. He's off, but it's just been the immediate toughness. You know, you hear
grit.
that a school's tough, but once you see it in front of you, you just
Shot.
have respect.
Deep in on that double.
He's
Nothing.
really deep.
No takedown yet.
Just needs to turn the back.
Crowd going ballistic here.
He just needs to turn them. There it is.
No hip control,
not
no
quite.
control of the hips yet, Antonio. Oh my goodness, what a scramble. It looks for the Iranian and one up, one down.
Waterman just tough as nails. This is unbelievable.
Waterman
Look at the
is a
strength
scrapper,
turning his
man.
torso.
You can hear Drexel once
17 seconds. He's looking for it. Davis doing everything in his power not to be taken down. Hold on to that leg. They throw the challenge brick. Drexel already has the challenge brick down. Davis holding that leg for dear life.
My goodness.
Unbelievable finish. We will see if that is actually the finish because Drexel has thrown the brick.
Being able for Davis to get through the takedown, get in on the deep double, and then somehow get it stuffed, reverse, shuffle back, and the fireworks in the last 20 seconds have me stunned.
Davis was probably a 1% off, maybe an inch off of a takedown for himself, and then Waterman probably even closer to a takedown or arguably got one to win. We will see. My guess is they're probably going to review everything and see if Davis also got a takedown. I could see potentially 6 points being added, but at the very least, we may see 3 from Waterman because he was close to getting that takedown.
Yeah, and as mentioned, if Waterman gets that takedown, that'll end the match.
Yep.
With only a 2-point lead for Davis. Here we got the replay right in front of us. And now working in on that, it's almost like he has a tight waist and far ankle, but like, there's no hip control there.
Yeah,
you know
there's
I mean?
no hip control.
It's tough to speculate on. But then right here is where you can call
smart
it.
by Davis holding onto that leg right here. That's all you have to do to end that match. Just do not give up. Do not let go. And that's what he did. But we will see what the review says.
So based on that sequence, you get the low single from Waterman, and then you get a funky sprawl and kind of throwing his hips back for Davis. And oh boy, I don't know if there's going to get a scramble like that again because that was unreal. And it is almost impossible to put the words to that because that was cool.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. It's just so much credit to Kyle Waterman, regardless of what this outcome is, because the ability of just to wrestle through the fire, and I know I've used that, but that's the only way to explain it. That fundamentals, there's hip placement and control that you can come down to, but that's something you can't teach in somebody.
And for someone to be, shooting the whole match and be the active wrestler in Waterman, and then for the last 20 seconds to fall short on that double, but then the fact that Davis shoots and he stuffs it, and Waterman shoots right again. The toughness, the resilience, the grit, it's impressed me, man.
Definitely. It's high IQ battle. Waterman trying to take advantage of the lumbering Davis, and Davis trying to hold on, and they are really taking a look at this.
Yeah, this is a tough one, with the Granby roll, and then Davis takes top, and you can make the same argument for both sides, and it's almost very misleading, but it was an awesome scramble.
Unbelievable scramble.
I think if the professional referees are taking this long, I think it's almost impossible to put the words to it as well. Man. They look great. Here we go. No takedown. Drexel Dragons not too happy with that call. And Davis wins the match. The Big Ten champion looks good in his new weight class at 33.
Yes. Late in extras, Starocci got it done. He stayed the country, and he just looks massive at 184.
Here you go. Starocci shakes hands and starts off. Now posting in the center of the mat. Heavy hands looking on that collar tie.
Speed is Hoose. It's going to be interesting. They both look really fast.
2 seniors going into this match here. Yeah, they do.
But Starocci speed.
Starocci looks much bigger.
I know. He looks ginormous. Oh, my.
Now there's a right underhook. And see that 10 pounds. Oh, shot. Low single. Out of the change off. No points yet. Starocci driving. Still has that single. Trying to get around. Might have to knee slide out here, but he has a leg inside.
Starocci being smart has to keep holding on to that leg. And then soon he's going to try to turn over the body completely. Like
Starocci trying to swim to a half. Gets his 3. Now working on that.
That's beautiful. Are they gonna
Nice awareness from the 4-time champ.
Surprised they didn't give extra points there, but able to keep his back off the mat and escape his Hoose.
Giuseppe has come forth with an immovable object being Carter's Starocci. Or an unstoppable force, whichever one you want to give it.
Yeah, he's almost both, but he's just I mean, 5 would be unbelievable if he does it.
Now top man covers, tight waist, far ankle, flattens him out. Heavy on top. Nice crossface from the champ there. Still got wrist control, looking to get something with it. Starocci now has a boot in. Trying to flatten him out here. Giuseppe holding tough. Crowd getting into it.
This is who's from Lakewood, New York. He's a grad student, so like you said, the experience battle here really coming into effect. But Starocci doing a great job not throwing away the fight for the flashiness. You saw in that scramble before, he was looking for points, but once he saw he didn't have them, he was smart and went back to neutral position, giving his opponent respect.
Yeah, as you mentioned, being able to get respect in this sport that's so violent is probably not the easiest thing. Now on a low single, Starocci driving in. Gets his hips back under him. 1 up, 1 down here, still trying to drive through. Looks like he's going to get the 3. No call yet from the ref.
It's so hard to know if it's
there it is.
There it is. It's so hard to tell if it's the lack of finishing ability or if it's just the raw toughness of these Drexel wrestlers to not give up when in these precarious spots where there's just Penn State wrestlers on these deep shots.
Yeah, I got to tell you, giving up hip control is the last thing you want to do other than getting on your back in wrestling, of course, and reaching back as previously mentioned. But Drexel Dragons fighting hard.
Yeah.
Shot from Giuseppe, reshot from Starocci. Land on that double. 3.
Yeah, crowd invigorating him a little bit more. I think he might have been saving the gas tank a little bit for some points at the end of the round. Going to try to hold him for 30 seconds most likely, or turn him for some extra points depending on the situation he's in.
That was a stupendous shot from Starocci to get him in that double and drive through.
My guess is it seems like he's going to try to turn him, but mostly just stay on top of him, ride this out, take that 9-2 win. He's trying to turn him. You can see with his back right leg.
Short time here. 9-2.
Now he's probably not trying anymore. Oh.
Crowd getting into it there.
I almost jinxed that really bad.
9-2
Starocci. He had one little trick left up his sleeve, but fantastic first period. Great job saving the energy to get a late shot and then keep Hoose on the ground. Because maximizing points, I mean, especially when you're in tech fall range, it matters.
Let's see if Starocci can get that fall. Levi was going for the pin earlier. Let's see if the champs keep the trend going. Needs a mat return before the stall is called. Let's him go. One more for the champ. 10-2, 8-point lead. Minute 30 of riding time. Minute 40 left in the second period. Fakes the single.
Just the speed to fake these shots and immediately come back out. It's just tough because you never know when the real one's coming.
I feel like he's going to keep faking on that right outside leg and then drive to the left. Potentially a high C, looking for it. Starocci really heavy on that head. Drives through. Gets him.
There it is.
Nice shot from Starocci. The 4-time champ looking as flawless as ever.
Flawless is the perfect way to put it. Just absolute beautiful wrestling, implementing his huge frame, it seems like, at this new weight of his. With the speed and the defense we know he is trademarked for.
There's the escape for Giuseppe. Starocci, the 10-point lead. Double again. Quick 3 from the ref. Gets the hip control. Next takedown will do it. See if Starocci works for a fall here. Cuts him and gets the takedown.
He's going to take his time working for this fall, but my guess is he's going to really, really want it here.
Can't tell if he's running half here on the opposite
Looks
side.
like he is running half.
He's got a wrist.
Yep. Beautiful work up top by
Still
Starocci
hopping
right
sides,
now.
and the hip awareness from the 4-time champ. Evident as ever right
Just
here.
slowly inching towards a position where he can take the kill. It's like a snake wrapping around its prey. Just finding a situation where he can pull the trigger.
No room to move either, ain't that right?
And as long as he keeps working his way, the refs are going to let him do whatever he wants.
Short time here. Can't tell if he was looking to hip out and get a near bow and arrow, but doesn't get it. And Giuseppe makes it to the third period.
And during his Carter tried there, Starocci, the champ. He really wanted that pin. Might have used a little too much energy to try to get it, but up 16-3, I don't think criticism is worth it at all. But he also clinched riding time while doing all that fancy work.
I wonder what criticism you can have for a 4-time national champion.
Well, ask Gale Sanderson. You'll
It's
find
probably,
something.
it's probably pretty challenging, but he definitely finds a way, that's for sure. Very active from Giuseppe. He's been defending this whole bout. And now, 1:40 to go in this third period with 2 minutes and 40 of riding time. Starocci already edges out the riding time. 25-3 in this duel. Starocci low single. Starocci elevates, shelves it. Looking to finish off this match via technical fall here. Trips a leg, gets his 3. And that'll do it via technical fall. The 4-time champ, as dominant as ever. Good win for Starocci.
I said that earlier the finishes will probably start coming, and here they are. And we got another incredible heavyweight with Greg Kerkvliet, so there's even more body at 280 pounds. So I think he will be just fine. And here's Penn State's heavyweight, and the guy who has to stand in the way of Gable Steveson, Greg Kerkvliet.
Yeah, the national champ and current. And I also want to touch on another thing. The heavyweight division is very interesting, you know, Paris and representing the Olympic team, and then also Cassiope. I don't know if you know the story of Tony Cassiope, but long story short, I'll keep it brief. He got caught gambling. If you have a problem, call 1-800-GAMBLING. And he got caught gambling on the side, and they suspended him for the entire season. And there's a first takedown of the match for Kerkvliet. 30 seconds in.
It makes sense. Cassiope, I mean, it seems like these collegiate sports are very, very strict on gambling. And then you, another guy that could have wrestled for Iowa had some off the mat issues. AJ Ferrari.
Yes.
Not wrestling for the Hawkeyes. Imagine if he was on that team.
I gotta tell you, man, that Hawkeyes team always shows out. And they got a natty in 2020. There's a reason for it.
Yeah, and Updegraff weighed in 20 pounds lighter than Kerkvliet, so you can definitely see the size disparity just from a body's perspective. But I think we'll witness it here, especially if Kerkvliet gets in positions where he can throw some weight around. Watching nearly 600 pounds of weight move is
it's a nice
spectacle.
tilt. Look at the heavyweight hitting a tilt right here, man. The athleticism's off the charts for Greg.
It must be nice when you're, 240 plus pounds lean, and the guy you're wrestling's 20 pounds
9-point
lighter.
lead. Now working on that half, trying to get the fall here to end this duel.
This is almost it. There
And
it
he
is.
gets it. The champ, Greg Kerkvliet, is able to end this duel via pin. Star-studded fireworks. Penn State winning 41-3 in this duel.
Was that all finishes?
Yeah,
At the second half? There it is.
Okay, so
Unbelievable.